Hello, and welcome to the Cup Ringside, where we give you the best seat in the house on all things WWE. I am your girl, Lana. I am entrant number one, and I'm about to take everybody and toss them over the top rope. Their feet will touch the ground because that's what we do in here. I will win the Royal Rumble and make my way to main event WrestleMania, period. And I am your resident evil diva too. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. I'm not drinking anything today, but I do have my cup mug. And since it's just me right now, because I'm taking up all the time, panel full of cup, mug, panel full of cup, mug, beer. Royal Rumble edition, period. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. And now, who is my opponent? Entrant number 2 got to make their way down there. It is.
And like Rey Mysterio has done in the past, number 2 is going to have another winner this year in the Royal Rumble, baby. It is I, Brook, and I am passionate about pop culture. And quite frankly, that Resident Evil diva, well, she ain't no queen of the cup. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. That is my gig, my zhuzh. And I ain't losing that title anytime soon. And I sure as heck am not losing the Royal Rumble. Okay, so number 1, number 2, we do our thing. Oh, number 3, it's going to be Bailey. Who's going to win at number 3?
Who's going to
be? Well. You know who it is. It's your boy, Wes. And you know what? All I can say is I'm going to take some terrible opinions and throw them over the top rope. Because you know there are bound to be some terrible opinions being said on this podcast, but none of mine, baby. Welcome to me, soon to be winner of the predictions of the Cup Ringside.
Whatever.
I'm Roxy Andrews, and I'm here to make it clear.
What?
No, I'm not actually here for the video. This will be a fun bit.
No, what we will not.
You don't get to Drew carry yourself.
First of all, what we will not do here on Ringside is have an outsider come in and think they're about to win the Rumble. So I think
I'm here to make it clear.
I think we need to team up and throw this one up out the ring. Period. Bye. But we don't have an outsider elimination on the ringside. Not even. No. But seriously, y'all, what's up? Thank you, Logan. We appreciate you joining in on our bid for the Royal Rumble. It's always fun to have you. You can pop
Fuck
in.
You all.
Oh, not that. We're trying to share some props, but whatever. Bye. Get out. No, but bye. We love you. But hey, everybody, welcome to the Cup Ringside, where we give you the best in the house. I already said all that. We all know our intros. We did it. We're talking Royal Rumble right now. One of my favorite times of the year, my favorite PLE of the year is Royal Rumble. And I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I'm a little jelly right now in the presence of 2 people who will be in Indianapolis to go see the Royal Rumble. And yeah, it's 2 of them, and I'm not one of them. So I'm a little jelly, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm very happy for them because I look, as long as we know that the Cup is going to be represented at Royal Rumble, I'm happy about that. So how are y'all feeling? I just want to know. I want to know how y'all feeling right now. It's a few days away. Has it sunk in that it's happening, and what's going on in your minds right now?
No, it still doesn't feel real yet. Maybe this is just me. Speaking for myself, I don't think it will feel real until I'm in Lucas Oil and I'm sitting in that chair and I see the Royal Rumble graphic on the screen. That's when it's gonna feel real, for me at least.
Yeah, I can put it this way, all right? For those who don't know, my birthday's coming up on the 8th of February. And I feel like that this is my birthday season. And I am getting my birthday Royal Rumble. And my Eagles have made it to the Super Bowl. And so my birthday Eagles are also going to the Super Bowl. I won't be there, but I will be at the Royal Rumble. And so overall, I'm over the moon. It hasn't sunk in yet. I feel like I do need to be there. I agree with Brooke before I really start feeling that energy.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my gosh, it's a few days away. It's
few days
almost
away.
time for
Dude, we're
watchers
leaving in
and
less than
goers
2 days.
alike.
We're leaving on Friday. Like, it's crazy.
It's wild. I'm so excited for y'all. I know my feelings of going to my first big PLE, and it is going to hit you once you get in there and sit for a second and you look around the arena or look around the stadium and you see everything. And it's like, this is happening. This is happening. I can't wait to talk all about it when you all get back. I want to hear every detail, all the things, but we have predictions to make. Before we jump into it, I know we're already 6 minutes in and we hadn't said anything about it, but y'all know what to do. We're trying to get subscribers. You have to subscribe to the channel. We're giving you our best. We want you to just do the bare minimum and just hit the subscribe button. We appreciate every single one of your people who subscribe. We're trying to get some great content and keep it pushing and keep it moving. So subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all of our channels. All those things will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast link. So you can check us out on the go. And our Patreon. We are coming up with brand new things to jump into our Patreon. We have tasked Brook to give us a lot of new content for this channel and all of our other channels to go into our Patreon and beyond that, and even on these channels. So Brook has been pumping out the ideas. We are taking them in and we are going to do a lot of them. So y'all might want to jump into the Patreon to see how Brook's mind works, because it's a wild place in there and we're going to have a great time.
Definitions of my mind are an enigma.
It's very wild in there. It's a lot of fun, but we're gonna have a good time doing it. So y'all want to check out to see how we do it and follow us on all of our socials as well. Now let's get into it, because Royal Rumble is upon us. We are going to have, I think it's gonna be a good show. I can't wait to talk about it. So let's just get into it. First things first. We just gonna start with the Royal Rumbles, because I fear there's not much else to talk about on the cards besides 2 other matches. So let's start with the women's Royal Rumble. And I am honest, y'all. This is going to be the hardest Royal Rumble for me to predict, because it's a lot going on and I don't know who. So let's start with the women's Royal Rumble. We have some confirmations, but definitely nowhere near 30. So any surprises who we think are going to join us? What are we thinking about the women's Royal Rumble?
So first, officially confirmed for the Women's Royal Rumble, we have 10 of the 30 confirmed, which are Nia Jax, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, returning Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky. All of them are officially confirmed. I believe at one point Dakota Kai was also confirmed, but since she's since had an injury again, I feel really bad saying again, but it's the truth. Yeah. Plus side though, it was a minor concussion allegedly, and hopefully she'll be back shortly. I miss you, Dakota, already.
So it's just 10 of them. We got to fill up to 30. Who else? Who's the other 20 who we think is coming to join this Royal Rumble?
So I'm going to go ahead and burst a bubble on one person that everyone says is coming, but she has officially confirmed on her Twitter today she is not, and that would be Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace is going to be in Texas for her mom's birthday that weekend, and I respect her for being like, y'all, I'm in Texas, it's my mom's birthday, and she showed her boarding pass, so I believe her. Now, again, her boarding pass is a flight from Atlanta to Houston or Austin, one of the Texas cities, on the 31st, and then a flight back on the 2nd. That does not mean she could not take a flight from Texas to Indianapolis
and go back to Texas that night. I'm just saying.
But I don't think she's going to be there, unfortunately, because I would love to have Jordynne Grace there. She did just sign with WWE officially, but I don't think she's coming. Who I do think is coming, though, I think Layla and Michelle McCool are both showing up in this match. Layla specifically, if we don't get Michelle, I wouldn't be stunned, but I think Layla has been making so many little subtweets and like tiny little things about wanting to get back in the ring and wanting to have one more run. She's about to start a podcast with a bunch of the other like rotating guests of like former Divas era women. I think this is the perfect time because at the fan base, we love Layla. We're big fans. So I would love for Layla to show up.
And you know, I think you're absolutely right that Layla will not be alone in the idea that we have 20 spots. All right. Of course, we're going to have some people from like the main roster, NXT, but I think more so than the men's, the women's roster has the space available to bring back some legends and some quality legends like Layla. Do I think any of them will win? Doubtful as always, but very, very, very cool to maybe get to see a Michelle McCool or a Layla. Obviously, names like AJ Lee and Caitlyn come to mind, although those are far, far less likely. Let's be honest. But also, I'm very excited for the NXT women's that could be potentially showing up. And if we're not getting Jordynne Grace, maybe a different woman from TNA.
Maybe a Masha Slamovich, their current Impact Knockouts champ. I would love to see that. That's my girl. So
happened once, could happen again.
Happened twice.
True.
Mickey James, the doors you've taken down.
Right. I think all of those people are definitely good candidates to come back. I think we're going to see a return of Alexa Bliss. I would love that. I think we will see, honestly, somebody else has been doing a lot of subtweeting and a lot of cryptic messages that I think might be ready to come on back and solve some mysteries that we've been trying to find out for the longest time. And that is the one and only Miss Jade Cargill. She's been putting out very cryptic messages lately and never specifying, anything, just little pieces of here and there. So I'm like, okay, I see you, Jade. I see what you're doing. So I would not be surprised to see a return of Miss Jade Cargill and her instantly going after the person that we all think has attacked her in this Royal Rumble, because all of the suspects have entered the Royal Rumble. So I would.
If it's not Naomi, I will eat my hat that I'm not currently wearing.
I said the same thing. But you know who I am also not ruling out? She might not have been there, but that don't mean she wasn't there. And that is the returning Miss Charlotte Flair, because they have been trying to put Jade and Charlotte up against each other since Jade announced she was coming into the WWE. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like, you did this and she, had the black hoodie on, as all the bloodline like to do, just certain things. But I don't know. I wouldn't put it past that either. But
is it just me, or is it the fact that they announced Charlotte ahead of time making you all think that we're gonna get a big return? Because to me, right, especially now that they're not announcing like 90% of the entrants before like they did the last few years, why would you announce Charlotte's coming back at the Rumble if you don't have something big planned other than that, right? Because to me, like, I could see a Trish Stratus showing up. I mean, Indianapolis is close enough to Canada. I could see a Becky Lynch return at the Rumble.
I think she might.
And I'll be honest,
Asuka.
We're close enough to Chicago. I could see an AJ Lee return. Not as likely for Caitlyn, personally, as much as I'm depressed by that because I love Caitlyn, but like, I could see AJ Lee showing up. I could see a bunch of people showing up.
I could see an Asuka return. I could see that happening.
She has been also specifically quick note on Asuka. If you have not been on her Twitter today, send some good wishes to Asuka. She's going through a little bit of a personal issue with some fans. Just send some good energy to Asuka. She needs it. Yeah, people suck. But beside the point. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that could show up. I'm really curious as to who we think is gonna win, because this feels a little open season to me.
That's the question, and that is where my hardship comes into. I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all talk because honestly, I don't know.
Well, as all things are, it's a battle between your heart and your head. You know, about who's going to win this Royal Rumble. Because there are a bunch of people who could potentially come back, you know, and win. And I would be very happy. Obviously, anyone who knows me knows I am a big fan of Alexa Bliss. And so if she could come back and then win a ticket to the main event, you know, that were, you know, at least the championship match, that would be fantastic. Do I see that likely happening? My head says no. My heart says absolutely. And so I'll have to kind of bifurcate, but of course go with my head. My head says Charlotte Flair. And it's unfortunate because, listen, Charlotte has been a better wrestler in a little while. I'm, you know, Charlotte Flair is not my favorite wrestler in the world. And yes, they did announce her prematurely. It might not even matter, because what I have learned from being a wrestler for a very long time is when Charlotte Flair is returning and championship opportunities are in the midst, she's almost like the Kansas City Chiefs of wrestling right now, where she's inevitable. So I'm going to have to go with Charlotte Flair to win the Women's Royal Rumble against my heart and my better judgment.
I don't think I have ever wanted you to be wrong more in the entire time we have done predictions on this channel. And I also don't think you're right either. So I'm gonna happily disagree. I have all my money on Io Sky winning the Women's Royal Rumble this year. Think we're getting Io Rhea at Mania. I will be sat. I think we're gonna get a really cool moment where it's going to be like Io and Bayley in the final two, and then Io's going to win and get her lick back from Mania. I would be sad for that. But also, can you tell me somebody who deserves this Rumble win more than Io right now? Because really, like, in terms of putting the work in, right, she is now the only member of her faction who was not out with an injury, right? And she's been wrestling more than pretty much everyone else in that group consistently for over a year. Right. I love Io, and I'm not trying to dog any other woman in this division. They are all talented and they are all insanely cool people from what we can tell. But I just feel like she's earned this. And I feel like this is going to cement her as a top level talent, because winning Money in the Bank and having the world title reign that she had was really cool. And it was awesome. It was really cool getting to see her and Bayley at Mania last year. But I don't think she's cemented herself as a top-level main eventer just yet. And I think winning the Rumble is the first step to doing that. Hopefully winning the Rumble and then beating Rhea for the world title at Mania, I think those two things just work really well together. Because if you all may or may not remember, when Io won the NXT Women's title, who did she pin in that triple threat? That would be Rhea Ripley. So I think now it feels like a good time. I can't think of who else could win it realistically other than Io. Maybe Liv if she moves to SmackDown and fights Tiffany, which seems like maybe happening. I think they're going to push Tiffany and Raquel for the tag belts though. So a lot of options, but I think Io.
I agree with you, Wes, about Charlotte, about anytime she's in a championship situation, she probably is going to come out as the winner. But here's the thing. I don't think this Royal Rumble is going to be her pathway to get that championship match at WrestleMania. I think she's going to get it. But I don't think Royal Rumble is going to be her pathway to get it.
I sure hope so.
I just don't think that's the case. Honestly, Brooke, you mentioned Liv, and I was like, maybe Liv, because she has been so close so many times that it's like, is this her time? Is this the time to Liv to win a Rumble? But then I was like, but she just had a reign. She just had her championship reign. It wouldn't make sense for them to take the belt off of her, only to let her win Royal Rumble to either go to WrestleMania and win it back or go to WrestleMania and lose again. Like, it wouldn't make sense for them to do that to her. So for me, I think it came down to oh gosh. Because EO is a good candidate for this. But I don't think it's her either. I don't think it's her. I think she had a great reign as champion, but I don't think they go put it right back on her. You know, oh gosh. I think honestly, it might be somebody who is coming back and is not Charlotte.
Perhaps the one that they've been, hyping up in the shadows.
Maybe. Maybe.
My heart said Alexa Bliss. My heart.
I don't know.
But I didn't listen to it.
I feel like Alexa could be, but I feel like Jade could come back and do some things too. But I don't know if Jade coming back is going to come back to get revenge on who did her in, which I feel like it could be Naomi or Bianca, in which we'll have that at Mania, which I would just eat that up either way. Gosh, I don't know, y'all. I'm honestly, this is the most torn I've ever been about a prediction. I don't know.
I mean, I will say, I don't think this is who's gonna win, but somebody who I would love to see win, Zelina Vega, because she has officially escaped the LWO vortex.
Yes. She is now on Raw.
She's now on SmackDown,
doing
her thing. Probably going to get back up with an Andrade, which I will not complain about, and I'm excited to see what she does. I don't think she's going to win. I think she is there because after Chelsea beats Michin, they need a new challenger for the women's IC title.
Right.
I think she slots into that really well. Maybe she'll eliminate Chelsea in this match. Wink, wink. But
you know what? I'm going to go with somebody who I feel deserves to be in this championship conversation, who I don't feel they're doing them any justice. And that's Piper Niven. That's Piper. I do. I feel like she could. And I know that's crazy to say because, like, usually the heavyweights don't usually, they always gang up on the bigger people, and get them out the ring. Oh, Piper. Oh, I want to say Piper, but I'm having FOMO. I don't know, y'all.
I support that choice because that's a great choice.
This is embarrassing. I've never been so torn. I'm just gonna put it down. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm nervous. Okay. I'll come back.
You can and you will.
I can and I will. I know. Y'all, this is hard. And because I love the Women's Royal Rumble match so much. And there's so much potential that it could be honestly anybody. It could be a surprise, somebody coming up for Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I'm just like, oh my God.
Here's the thing, Lana. You know what this sounds like to me? Because it might sound like indecisiveness to a bunch of people. No, it's hope. And guess what? I had a lot of that hope. And I've just watched as my hope has been taken away by Charlotte Flair one too many times.
Yeah.
But be better than me. Be braver than me, Lana.
Okay.
Dream big.
I'm going to dream. Oh, okay. I am going to do what Wes would not do. And I'm going to say Alexa Bliss. I'm writing it down.
Real.
I think she comes back and she puts herself right back into that championship conversation. Okay, that's it. We gotta move to the men. Let's move to the men. This is not easier than the women. It's just as hard, but
significantly easier.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know what?
Women,
I think it is easier. I think I already know who I think is going to win. But who are confirmed?
It's between like 4 people for the men. It's between like 8 for the women.
That's true. Who's confirmed for the men?
Okay. So confirmed for the men's Royal Rumble. We have more men. We have 15 men confirmed.
Okay.
And those men are in the order that they announced their confirmations. LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, your U.S. champion, of course, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, your Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes, which was announced after Raw went off the air this past Monday.
Love that for him.
Now, again, as a friendly reminder, we do record this. We are recording this before SmackDown, so it is very possible that more people will be announced on SmackDown for both the men and the women's. Honestly, pretty likely. That's just as of Wednesday, January 29th, at time of recording.
Right.
So, like, it could be John. It could be Phil.
Why are we calling him Phil? Don't use his government name.
But I mean, surprise entrance, I don't even know. They already did Pat McAfee, so it can't be Pat McAfee. That's who I would say, because they're in Indianapolis. I would have said Pat. There's a possibility we get some people from like NXT or TNA. I would love to just have Josh Alexander show up in the Rumble. I would lose my mind. Obafemi showing up would be really great.
To show up.
My friend Trent is saying Trick Williams. I could see that as well.
I would love Trick to show up. Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, surprise entrance, I think there's less room for the men's than the women's this year. And mainly that's just because, one, we've already got half the field confirmed, but also, who would really be a surprise to us at this point? Like, outside of, like, Randy. Because, like, Randy is pretty much going to be.
He's coming back. We know that.
Right?
He'll be there.
So, yeah. I don't know. I think this is kind of a whoever could show up for me.
We're getting that Joe Hendry coming.
Oh, of course.
We're getting Joe Hendry.
I don't even consider that a surprise anymore. I mean, I think that's just a given at this point.
Do we think the Hardy Boys could show up as a surprise entrance since they are in TNA and they are the TNA Tag Team Champions?
I see one, but not both.
You see Matt, not Jeff?
I don't think they have the room to do two. To do both of them.
So you think Matt over Jeff?
I would love for it to be Matt because, dear Lord, this company gave Jeff everything every time. Let Matt have one day without Jeff being involved. I could see Bubba Ray Dudley. I mean, we're not in Philly, but like he's working in the Performance Center off and on. I think it'd be great. So I don't know.
Yeah, obviously, I think the place and it's definitely been a little bit more hush hush on the socials. At least it's been hush hush to me. Is like legends returning. We're not quite entirely sure. There's always like the potential Goldberg.
Goldberg.
It could happen because they're trying to maybe do this
whole Goldberg Braun Breaker thing, right?
Goldberg at Mania type ordeal. So I wouldn't be surprised to see his appearance. A couple others from that era. There's a couple, of course, we don't want to see, but might see.
Don't even say his name. I don't want to hear it.
The man who shall not be named could appear, hopefully not. We could even see, who knows? Because we're going to this worldwide, WWE. We could see something really crazy. Who knows? This new era can involve a bunch of new things, and that could mean a new thing for the Royal Rumble on Netflix. They're going to try to one-up themselves than they've ever done before. So we could even see some fourth door, some like some crazy stuff. We'll see.
Is it on Netflix?
but-
I thought it's on Peacock.
It's on Netflix worldwide. It is still on Peacock.
Peacock
US.
for us. Okay, yeah. I was saying, is it? All right.
If I wish, it'd be fun.
I wish, because I can get rid. Well, no, I couldn't get rid of it. I wanted to. Yeah.
Second WWE is gone from Peacock. It is gone from my subscriptions. Let me tell you that.
I have too much I have to watch on Peacock. So
Valid.
No, understandable. But
But-
of course, that's a lot of challengers, and
Yeah.
but not a winner. Because I feel like there's only a couple that could be the winner.
yes.
Because he keeps messaging me about it, and I would feel bad if I did not mention it. My friend Trent is also saying Santino.
Okay.
Well, he's the GM in TNA. Like, he has a connection to the company still.
Okay.
I'd pop
I'd pop.
for Santino Marella.
Direct quote from the message that Trent sent me was Santino, I'd pop.
Wow.
Trent's going with us to the Rumble too. So we're having a good time.
Love that. Go ahead, Brett. Wes.
Well, I went with my head before. On this one, though, there is no conflict. For I do only see one outcome. The Westradamus vision is starting to come to fruition. I can already see it now. And it will be Phil Brooks, CM Punk, and some other man. It could be John. It could be Randy. It could be a lot of other people that will be that final two. But it is going to be CM Punk and somebody, and CM Punk is going to take them and throw them over the top rope and win. And so my declarative winner, the only person who is going to win this Rumble, bearing another injury to CM Punk, is CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking John. I think. Now, for the record, I am between John Cena and CM Punk. I have not fully I don't fully believe this. I'm just leaning more towards John in this current time period. There's a world where I could see it being Randy. There's a world where I could see it being Roman. But I think the person I want to win the most is John Cena, which is kind of a crazy sentence to say. But I don't know. If I could think of one person who's okay, so Steve Austin's won 3. Is there anybody else that deserves that? I think John is the only other person I could think of that deserves that. Now, what I want for John to do is to win this match, and instead of challenging for the world title, challenge for the IC title, because that's the only belt he's never had, which I think would be dope. I think he should win the world title in his last match of the company, vacate it, and then we can have a nice big tournament, which I love a good tournament. But I'm just really excited that I'm going to be there for his last Rumble. Not to get too personal, but John was I was a 5 and 6 year old in 2005 and 2006. You love John Cena. And dude, it just feels this probably is how you felt when End of an Era happened, Lana. It just feels it's going to be different next year when he's gone. And I feel even if he's not full time anymore. So I will be ride or die John Cena-ing pretty much everything he's in this year, because I need one more run of Cena wins LOL to happen. So.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same lines with both of you. For the most part of the day, I was CM Punk is winning. And then later on, I was oh shoot, I forgot about John Cena. John Cena could win too. We know he's, this is last year. We could, John Cena wins the Rumble, goes off to WrestleMania, wins his 16th title, breaks the record, da-da-da-da. Great story for an end of an era in John Cena. Then I was but is it going to be that easy? Especially because John Cena ain't won a match or won nothing for a very long, long time. And so I don't know if they're going to, it will make sense. It will make 100% sense for John Cena to win this Royal Rumble, go off to WrestleMania, win the belt, make it an easy ride. But I don't think that's how John Cena wants it. I don't think John Cena wants the easy ride to getting the championship. I mean, we watched him try to get a match with Undertaker for a whole year and didn't know if he was going to get that match until WrestleMania happened itself. Like, he was doing everything he could to get this man's attention. I think John Cena likes the challenge. He likes the drive, the push, all that stuff. And then at the last minute, pull out the Big John, Big Match John's moniker and boom, So I don't know. I still think CM Punk is going to win, though. I think I'm going to go with CM Punk. I feel like it was his time last year, and then he got hurt. And if he didn't get hurt, he probably would have won it last year, and then they would have figured out a different way to get Cody Rhodes into that match with Roman Reigns anyway. But I feel like with CM Punk hurt, that kind of pushed some things. I do think the final two, though, in this match is going to be CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. I think we get
Punk and Roman too.
Oh, I can see CM Punk and Roman too. Oh, Brook, I think you're right. I think CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and the favor that CM Punk said he needed from Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns will have to cash in that favor. He will cash in that favor on Roman Reigns in that moment, and Roman either leaves the ring or lets CM Punk throw him out of the ring. So, yeah, I'm going to say CM Punk.
One more person we didn't talk about.
And
is
if
a
not
surprise.
letting him,
Yeah.
if not letting him, at the very least, CM Punk will have Paul Heyman distract Roman.
Yeah.
At the very least. I agree completely. It makes sense.
That makes sense.
One more person that I think is surprisingly in contention for this to me is AJ Styles. Because, I mean, again, he's done everything else. I mean, other than this and Money in the Bank, he has literally done everything. And I think if they want to give him that one last shot at Mania, because, I mean, he's not got a ton of time left in the ring. He has made that clear. I could see him going to fight Gunther. I need AJ and Gunther. I've never gotten that match, and I need it. And allegedly, he's close to return. So I would love to see it. But I don't think he will. I would love to see it.
Yep. And if not this year, there is next year, especially when a lot of those players, like the John, is out of the fray. As much as it hates me, I hate to say that, but
the Rey Mysterios are out of the way.
Here, CM Punk will have done his thing. Hopefully, that deadbeat Rey Mysterio will be out of the way. And by the way, Ray, I see what you've been doing. You've been wrestling like you're 20 years younger now that you've got competition from Penta. I watched it happen.
It's not wrong.
I watched it. So, I'm not going to forgive you for all those lazy matches for the last 4 years, but I will say you've been on your game again. I don't know why. I do know why. But I got one more, though, before we move on from the Men's Rumble. Another surprise prediction, even to my co-hosts here. Question for y'all. Who do you think is going to share the Logan Paul spot, being that Ricochet is gone? Who is going to be the person to do the crazy?
Javon Evans. Javon Evans.
I would love to see Javon Evans in this Royal Rumble match. I would love it.
Do we also expect Kofi Kingston's going to be in this match? Because I want them to do the Kofi spot and for him to get booed. That's what I want. I need that. I
feel like we've been lacking the Kofi spot for the last 3-4 years. And so they haven't done it. And so I'm like, are we done with the Kofi spots? So he might do it. He might be in it, but I don't know if they will do a spot.
I love the idea of him doing one of the other Kofi spots, one of the ones he's already done, and expecting to get the pop and then just boo him instead.
Here's a good one. How about he does the Kofi spot and jumps onto someone's arms and they just throw him down?
Oh, the Daniel Bryan.
In another world.
In another world, they would have helped him back in the ring.
Oh, one last prediction. Penta's going to eliminate Braun Breaker.
Mm.
I
Wow.
think Penta's winning the IC title in the near future.
Yep. And
Okay.
I will say, I think that the Logan Paul spot is going to belong to Jey Uso.
Mm. You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm about to do something. I'm changing my prediction. It is no longer CM Punk. Nope. It is Jey Uso.
Yeet.
It is Jey Uso. I feel the time could be. He didn't have to even. I feel like even after that
You
match with
feel
Saturday
that the
against
time is
Gunther,
now?
the time is now. I think the time is now. I think they have teased and teased and teased and got close and close. Me thinks it's time because I think the company knows a good thing when they got it, and they know that Heat Mania would go crazy. I'm just thinking. Yep, I'm saying Jay. I gotta stick with my boy. All right, let's move because we do have a tag team match to talk about. A two out of three falls match against DIY and Machine Gun. Like, what?
I feel so
What?
blessed to be going to this event live.
What?
This is tag team graps right here. This is
What?
gonna get like 30 minutes and it's gonna be delightful. And
My
we're
thing
gonna
is,
see it live.
when have they gave this much time and effort into a tag team in like a very long time? We have not had a first or 2 out of 3 falls match in forever. And then we're doing it at Rumble. And we have 2 like really good tag teams who are in like, this is going 3 times. This is going 3 falls. One will win one, the other one in the middle, and then the last one will decide who wins. We get it. Love it. But I'm impressed. I can't wait to watch this match. I love good tag team wrestling. I love good tag teams when they're good tag teams, and these are 2 good tag teams. And I'm just impressed. I'm impressed with Machine Gun for them coming into the WWE as big as they are and living up to their hype. Because a lot of people come in and don't live up to their hype. And be like, what was all this hype about? This is it? Not that impressed. They are impressive. They are impressive to me. DIY. I love this new heel DIY. I love the arrogance. I love the change up, the switch up, and it's working for them. I'm a fan of this. I am a huge fan of this.
WWE, you finally did it. You finally
Yep, but
gave a
guess
damn
what?
about the tag belts again. And you gave a damn at just the right time because that means me and him and Trent and our friend Joey are going to get to go see this live. And we're going to get to see 2 of the best tag teams walking planet Earth wrestle a 2 out of 3 falls match. I feel blessed. I feel truly blessed in this moment. Beyond that, though, I just remember last time DIY had a 2 out of 3 falls match. It was with the Revival in NXT. One of the best tag matches in the history of the company. And honestly, probably the best match in the history of NXT, to be honest. So I'm super excited for this. I think this is really going to begin that rebirth of tag team wrestling that we keep on waiting for, that has never really happened, but it kind of feels like it might, and then it just never does. This is a prime opportunity for that. The only thing that can make this better is if it was a triple threat and the Street Profits were in it. And other than that,
Okay.
but other than that, but like specifically the way they've built this match with like Pretty Deadly and Los Garza and the Street Profits being involved in all of this too. Yes, this is how you book a tag division. Did Triple H finally like tag division for dummies this or something? But like, no, it's just you book them as a singles division, but with 2 people, and then you book them in tag matches. It's not hard. But I'm excited.
Yep. And you know, at the end of the day, right, this is going to be a great match. I mean, I've already discussed this with Brook before, and we're both of the opinion that this is probably going to be the best match on the card. It's not gonna shock anyone. This is gonna be the one that people remember in like 15 years. They're like for the people who like really know their wrestling and they're gonna go back and like watch matches, crazy matches, really good performances. This will be it. So I know who's gonna win though. I have the spoiler. It's us. We are going to win because this match is just that incredible. It's so unbelievable where I don't even want to predict the winner because I feel like the journey is going to be so much more important than the destination. I could care less who wins this match. I have no dog in this fight because all I want to see is all of it. And I'm going to be sad when whoever wins because that means it'll have been over. That being said, you have to pick a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to pick a winner, I normally, under Vince McMahon, I would have DIY retain.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something about this new era of Triple H era where faces just win everything. This is no longer the heel wins, and then a face wins. You know, it's like, it's face all day. That's all we do is win with faces. And so for that reason, I'm going to have to give it to the Machine Guns. And then DIY can come back and fight them 5 more times, please.
Well, I would agree with you if Roman Reigns wasn't a thing that happened. And if Braun Breaker wasn't currently a decently long-reigning IC champ. I just... And Gunther didn't have the IC title for 2.5 years. Like, I don't know. Because I feel like we're just in a good period for faces right now where the faces are winning a lot. But, like, even Liv, who I will say did not get nearly as much love shown to her during her title reign, she was champ for over 250 days. Like, I mean, I don't know. Here, though, I fully believe DIY are retaining. I think that last fall is going to be sketchy. I think it is going to be a little bit cheaty.
Mm-hmm.
But I think DIY is retaining the belt in this match because I feel like we have the opportunity to have a really cool Fatal 4-Way match at Mania with DIY, Street Profits, MCMG, and then a 4th team yet to be determined. Maybe the OC. I would like to see that. I would pay money to see that. Because I love the OC, and they need to come back on my screen, please. It's been too long, and you're not hurt. Where are you? But yeah, I think DIY is retaining.
I too think DIY is retaining. I wrote it down 15 minutes ago. I
As you should.
wrote it
As you
down.
should.
So I think DIY is retaining. I do think I agree with you. The third and final match is going to be a little cheaty.
Mm-hmm.
A little sus, little suspicious things happening and things. But that's what makes DIY so good right now. And that's why they're such good heels. And so I expect it and I kind of want it. Like, I want the Machine Guns to just like feel so cheated and upset that it's like we continue this back and forth with them, and then of course when the Street Profits get back and healthy, they come and join the fray, and then all the other tag, like, we build up a tag team division where it's like everybody is looking at DIY and it's like, we come in for you, and DIY feels very,
Mm-hmm.
At the top of the mountain, so they always got to keep their head on the swivel. So I love that. I think they're going to retain. I think they're doing really good as the heels.
Hey, Wes, I'm going to tell you
would be
something
nice
you haven't heard in a hot minute.
for them to hold the belt for a while.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you something you haven't heard in a hot minute, Wes. MCMG need more adversity.
Ooh. Ooh.
Speaking of needs more adversity,
Yes, let's go to this. Adversity. This match. Oh God. Let me talk about what I like first.
Not much.
I love it's a ladder match. Love that because we always really good ladder matches. Love it's a ladder match.
It's a ladder match in person.
You get to see a ladder match in person. Why? Crazy. And trust me, it is worth it because I saw one in person. It was so good. Okay. That's about all I like about this match. Is that it's a ladder match. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm tired and I'm sick. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of both Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I know. Like, shouldn't say that about Cody Rhodes. He's the best. He's the face. He's the runs the place. Sick of him. Sick of it. Because I don't even like the way they're doing this whole build-up. Like, I don't like it. Cody Rhodes is supposed to be the champion, right? He's the face. He's the man. He's doing it. And his every promo is kind of like Kevin Owens is going rah, 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 yada, 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 yada. You ain't this, you ain't that, you ain't this, you ain't that. And Cody's response is, fight me, bro. Yo, fight me, bro. Like what? Like, how old are we, 12? What do you mean, fight me, bro? Like, are you kidding me? He looks more like it's aggravating. It's so aggravating because I want my champions to look like a champion, be the champion, I'm not buying it anymore. I'm not buying it anymore with Cody, and it saddens me because I was rooting for you. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
How dare you?
I feel like it's just it's annoying. I love Cody. I want to really love Cody, but I hope Kevin Owens wins. I do. I want Kevin Owens to win. I want Kevin Owens to win the belt, be the biggest heel champion, walking around with both of the belts, being obnoxiously stupid and delusional and crazy. I'll take that over Cody winning again at another PLE at what was like the 17th PLE in a row. I don't know. He's just winning again for no reason at all to walk around and be like, yeah, I'm the champ. I'm the champ. Fight me, bro. Like, get out of here. I can't do it anymore. I need Cody to lose the belt and go on another journey, add another chapter to the story, because this book is played out. Like, close that book. Let's start another book. Like, let's do a sequel, because this has run stale for me. I need it done. I need it done. I'm sorry. I want Kevin to win. I need Kevin to win. And then I need somebody to take it off of Kevin soon after. Because I don't even want Kevin to hold it that long. Because I'm sick of him too.
So, to piggyback off of this, I also want Kevin to win because this is something that Triple H hasn't done in a minute. And honestly, since he took over, part of the fun of WrestleMania is taking away what the fans think they're going to get and then giving it back to them, right? We all pretty much know that Cody is going to be the champ going into Mania, right? We all pretty much know. As much as we all would like to deny it, and as much as some of us would like it not to be true, Lana, that's probably what's going to end up happening. I think Kevin winning here, and then Cody getting it back, let's say at like Elimination Chamber, right? One, it gives Kevin another world title reign because, God, even if it's a month, he needs it, right? But two, it just makes Cody feel a little bit less perfect as a champ. And that has been my problem, and I've been saying it for months now. It has nothing to do with his matches. Cody has been wrestling really good matches with pretty much everybody he's fought for the title. He just does it's the same problem I have with Roman. None of his losses or none of his wins have felt impactful because we all assume he's going to hold the belt, right? Make him take a loss in a title match, even if he wins it back at Elimination Chamber. Cool. I think he should. But it makes the reign feel it makes him feel like that Cody who's still got to be scrappy and claw and fight his way to a world title like he did when he was challenging Roman to begin with. That's part of the reason I like Cody so much, is because the character is believable. I'm not buying this because this doesn't feel like the Cody that fought Roman for the world title all those months ago, in April last year. He just doesn't feel like the same dude. I don't think he should never be champ again. I don't think we need him to go out of the world title picture. Dear Lord, we don't need that. I think he's an established main eventer now. I think he belongs in that field. I just need more, and I'm not getting it. That being said, however, seeing as this is a predictions channel and not a booking video, I will be predicting Cody Rhodes because logically it is the correct answer. Because I think we're getting Kevin and Sammy at Mania, and I think we're getting Cody versus insert name here at Mania. Probably John. I would love for it to be Cody and John, or Punk and Cody, or basically Cody and anybody, because I think Cody should be the champ going into Mania. But Cody's probably winning this match, and it's going to, again, feel like nothing to me. Whoop-de-doo. Where's your neck tattoo, Wes? I thought you were going to get one next time you showed up.
Yeah, right here. No. So, well, listen, all right. Everyone bought their tickets. Everyone waited in line patiently, buckled down their seats, and got on the Cody roller coaster, all right? The Cody roller coaster is here. We have been having a great time on the Cody coaster. I, at least, have been having a phenomenal time. And I'm not ready for the ride to end.
Don't say phenomenal, because it makes me think about that stupid ending to that stupid I Quit match, and I don't want to think about that.
So, I can say with great confidence that Cody will be winning this match. And not only that, I have to say I'm pretty excited to watch Kevin lose, only because when Cody went into WrestleMania, as CM Punk once said, he was boxing with God and won. That's what Cody did. Is Kevin Owens Roman Reigns? No, he's not. Is AJ Styles Roman Reigns? No, the only person who will be beating Cody Rhodes going into WrestleMania is got to be the Randy Ortons, the Roman Reigns, the Rock might come back and reclaim what's his, and that's it. And I think there's a very limited cast because you have to be the best to beat the best, and Kevin is not the best.
Okay,
and that's all.
First off, I'm taking umbrage with your claim that AJ Styles is below any of the men you just listed when he has won more championships than I believe almost all of them, except for Randy. 1. 2, Kevin is an incredible talent that is a multiple-time champion across his field, always putting on bangers with everybody. And he did pin Cody at Saturday night's main event, regardless of if that ref was in position or not. He beat him clean, I might add. Cody was the one that used the chair, not Kevin. Thank you, Jesse Ventura. You're a god. So because of this, right, because of how this is feeling, that was my first issue with this feud, right, was Kevin. Now, granted, Kevin brought the chair into the ring. He opened up the field, sure, whatever. But Kevin didn't use it, and he didn't need it to beat Cody clean. He did beat Cody, right? Cody's the one that cheated. Nothing happened. I think Kevin's a vindicated heel. I think everything Kevin has said has made sense. He's right. He won. And he should be getting this rematch. And he should feel like a vindicated heel. Because if he loses this match, all it does is devalue Kevin. It doesn't boost Cody's stocks. Like, it doesn't make him feel like a better champion. Which the whole point of a lengthy title reign is supposed to be elevating the champion and their challengers. Cody hasn't done that to anybody. Right? And it's, again, the same issue I had with Roman. We would have somebody get elevated to fight Roman, and it would feel really cool for a minute, and then they would lose. Right? And then after they lost, they go right back down the card again. If you want to look at somebody like Cesaro, who went nowhere after he fought Roman on pay-per-view, right after he won a match at Mania, and beat Seth Rollins clean at Mania, had a match with Roman, and then he's instantly back down the card, and then he's gone from the company in January because they didn't know what to do with him. And it's the same thing that's happened to a bunch of other people with Cody. He's had these feuds with like AJ Styles, right? Had a match with Logan Paul. I mean, granted, not trying to say we need to elevate Logan Paul, right? But Logan Paul, AJ Styles, Solo Sikoa, right? These are people that with the right circumstances, should be able to feel like a credible threat for the championship, at least Solo and AJ, right? But because of the way he has felt like he can't take a loss unless the title's not on the line, right? It just makes him feel super protected, and not in a good way. I'm not sick of Cody being champ. I'm sick of Cody never feeling like his championship matches have stakes. Because as much as I think Kevin winning this match is the correct decision from a booking perspective, because it makes Cody feel like he is beatable, right? And he should feel beatable, right? He's gotten losses on his record. He's lost a few tag matches. But apparently, suddenly, whenever he's in a match for a championship, he can't lose. He's undefeatable. He's untouchable. That's lame. That's not fun. It's not fun for me, the watcher. It's fun for the Cody Ride or Diers. I would probably be loving it if it was Liv Morgan like this. I'm not going to lie, right? I'll at least be honest enough to say that straight up.
You a real one for that.
I'm about to say, because I loved it when it was Roman, when Roman got in God mode.
Exactly.
And he just never won. I was very much happy about that.
Well, eventually, when it happens to Liv Morgan, you will be the two to tell me that you're bored with it, and I'll be the delusional one living in my fantasy world, like Wes is now, and like you were with Roman. Okay, but until then, I will continue being the voice of reason here, and reminding us all.
But the thing is, though, Brooke, with what we just talked about with Liv and Roman, they lost. We know they lose. Mm-hmm. We need Cody to get that point to where he loses so we can be like, yes, now go back, scrap it up, and then come back and get your belt again. And I'll be happy with that. I just need these matches to mean something. It always is so predictable that it's annoying and it's like frustrating.
I wouldn't have this issue if Gunther beat Cody at Crown Jewel.
Exactly.
That's my
exactly.
issue. Gunther should have won that match. And as much as I like, and Wes, I think you even thought Gunther should have won that match. Because, and this is the problem I've had with the World Heavyweight title, right? It was literally made so we could have another main championship because Roman could not lose his belt, right? So, okay, that immediately makes the World Heavyweight title feel like the B championship, right? It's the big one, but it's the baby B one, right? And Seth held that belt very well. As much as I'm irritated that he didn't lose to Nakamura, he held that belt very well, right? The McIntyre Priest into Gunther stuff, it's been a little hit or miss.
Good.
It's been pretty good for the most part. But Gunther has still felt like he is a step below Cody as a world champ ever since he lost that match at Crown Jewel.
Yep.
And I think Cody, I mean, he beat Roman Reigns. Like, granted, he didn't do it alone. No. Nobody did it alone. But I think taking that loss at Crown Jewel would have made his reign feel like it's in more jeopardy. That he can't always just, with a little bit of heart and soul and some of that Rhodes magic, dust off a few dusty elbows, hit 3 crossroads and win any match he's in. I think that it would have made me. Gunther should have won that match. I know
he should have.
Gunther should have won that match.
Well, let's be real. We all agree that he should have won the match, not even because he's Gunther, although that's a big part of it. He should have won it because the person who holds the World Heavyweight Championship should have won that match.
Yes.
To prove it was about solidifying the World Heavyweight Championship. Yep. And that's the reason why, even though I like Cody to death, I wanted him to lose for the sake of the belt. Because no one is going to discredit Cody for losing to Gunther specifically.
Right.
No one. 0 people. And then
nobody
Gunther
was like, oh, he lost to Gunther.
The undefeatable heel. Now, I will say, in defense of Cody Rhodes, at least he doesn't have Jey Uso coming in with a black hoodie, to win his matches. At least he doesn't need somebody coming in a black hoodie for years.
Sure.
I mean, if somebody's going to come in a black hoodie, at least it's Jey Uso.
Let's hope it's at least Jey Uso. I agree. No, but listen. Let's be honest. The time for Cody is coming soon. It will be probably at Mania, I think. I can enjoy the ride. Not everyone can. That's the thing about rides. Not everyone was happy with Roman's 3-year reign. And guess what? Yeah, there are a lot of people, and so a lot of people are going to be tired of this after 1 year, or a year and some change, right? So it's coming. I think it will be. We saw on Raw, we saw Cody and CM Punk have a pretty cool segment to end off last night's Raw. I would imagine that we're probably going to be seeing that at Mania. I think we are going to be seeing CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the championship, and I think CM Punk is going to be the one to take him. But with that being said, if Brook's idea of like Kevin Owens getting this win and then Cody having to fight for the belt back, if that happens, I'd be pretty excited. Although I feel pretty confident that won't happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either. That's why I picked Cody. And here's the thing. I was not sick of the Roman stuff after a year, right? I want to make that abundantly clear, right? I got bored of the Roman stuff around the time when he beat Cesaro, which I guess was about a year in, but I got sick of it around that time. No, that was 2 years in. I got sick of the Cesaro stuff around when he beat Cesaro, and I also got sick of it because it felt like all of his matches were ending the same way, and that really bugged me too. With Cody, it's just further fatigue because it feels like second verse, same as the first, after we just went through 3 years of Roman. That's why I'm fatigued, right? Because Lana, you can even admit, right, as much as you like Roman being champ, you were a little bit annoyed with how he was winning sometimes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
I wanted more clean wins from Roman. I did, because I felt like he could do it. He should be able to do it. So why are we not letting him do it? So yeah,
he never needed the black hoodie.
He didn't need the black hood every time. He could have done it on his own, and it would have made it even more special. I agree with that 100%. Did get a little annoyed with that, but still was throwing up the ones, like, for real. But and I get where you are, Wes, about Cody. Like, yes, enjoy the ride. I want all the Cody faithfuls to enjoy this ride. I personally am getting a little queasy and ready to throw up, so I need to eject myself from this ride for a minute, because baby, I was on that ride with you even when he took it from Roman, who I was like, it can go on as long as they want it to go, and I would still enjoy the ride with Roman. But when he took it from Roman, I was like, okay, I guess this ride is over. Let me go check this ride out. And I enjoyed the ride for a while, but it just got to the point where it just seemed like every match was predictable. We knew Cody was going to win. And then it wasn't elevating his opponents after the win. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it. Especially I don't like Logan Paul. I felt like if we're going to put him in that match, at least elevate it, let him be elevated into something else where he can, be in the conversation a little bit more. Same with Solo, same with AJ. I'm just like, we wanted more. And I feel like he needs to just be knocked down just a little bit, just so he can, when he rises back up, it'll be even better than before. Is it going to happen with Kevin on Saturday? I hope so, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% confident. I'm still going to predict Kevin because that's what I want, but I don't know if it's going to happen. If it does, great. If it doesn't, fine. Well, we move and we see what happens, because that spot with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes was really, really good. And I would love to see CM Punk and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I could see that happen. I would love for that to happen.
Yeah.
And it'll be great to watch. But does Cody need to win the Royal Rumble, this match at Royal Rumble, to make that happen? No. He could lose it. And like you said, get it back at Elimination Chamber. Get it back at Money in the Bank or something. Like, it's plenty of opportunities he can get it back.
He could win it back on a SmackDown.
He can win it back on SmackDown.
Now let us all be straight, though. I think we could all agree that out of all of his title opponents, him and Kevin's chemistry on the mic have not been him with anybody else. Him and Roman, him and Paul, him and, like, you can take Cody and put him with almost anyone on the mic. I think he's very good. I haven't bought into the Kevin as much. And maybe it's just because at this point it's just kind of sound like a Bad Blood promo of like, I'm not your friend anymore. It's like, I get it. Not quite as good as the rest. If Kevin Owens wins this match, we're going to have to hear them again. We can't move on.
I fully disagree with literally everything you just said. I think this has been Cody's most real feud since he's won the belt. To me, because here's the thing, Kevin's motivations make sense, right? The way Kevin is thinking and feeling about this all makes sense. Roman screwed him out of a world title three different times. So he's like, okay, even if I'm not the one to do it, I'm going to help you to do it. Kevin's whole character, from the moment he came to this company, he was the prize fighter, right? He wanted gold. That was his entire thing. So for him to put aside his wants and motivations to help Cody win the big one twice is huge, right? That shows you just how much Kevin cared about Cody. So for Cody to turn on him in his brain, right, and team with the guy he just helped him beat, who douched him around for 2.5 years, or 3.5 years, that's a betrayal to him. Yeah. So his motivations have made sense over and over and over again. I don't like the fact that the promos haven't exactly matched that, right? And I think a lot of that honestly has to do a little bit more with Cody than it does with Kevin, because Cody is reducing Kevin's, I don't want to say Kevin's feelings, but like it's minimizing the impact that it could have. Whereas I think Kevin has been doing really well in the segments where he's not with Cody. Like Kevin had a segment with Sammy, like not this past week on Raw, but the Raw before, where he's like, hey, you help me win this match with Cody, I'll give you the first shot at my world title. Right? And I believe
it was very good.
And it was really good. I think it's just Cody and Kevin together are not working as a square off duo, but in everything else, they are both working separately very well.
Both of them. Both of them. And I agree.
But beside the point,
so I'm just not trying to see it again.
Yeah, I think we talked it to death. I'm excited for the match because this match is gonna slap. But I'm excited for the whole card because this whole card looks great.
One small thing, one small shout out, which is I'm a little tired of the triple crossroads. Either one or none, or I don't need 3, and I don't need like 2, and then the person no sells the first 2 and counters the third one. That makes no sense. At the end of the day, I would love to see Cody do a vertebreaker. All right. Now, anyone who watched his AEW stuff knows that he has it in him. He hasn't been doing it in the Fed. We're seeing destroyers again.
Because it's a band in the Fed. That's why.
Well, yeah. But here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. Kevin Owens is an exceptionally talented performer. They trust Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn a lot in this company. And we are starting to see like destroyers again. We're starting to see like Burning Hammer-esque stuff again. We're starting to see the more dangerous, more powerful moves in big moments. This could be a big moment. And I think if Cody pulls out something of that echelon to beat Kevin Owens, it can make this match more special than just Crossroads 1, 2, 3. That's it.
I mean, it'd be Crossroads climb up ladder on hook belt, but I get what you're saying.
Right. Well, I don't know. I feel like Kevin, Cody, I don't think it's going to be over after this match, because either way, whatever the outcome is, I don't think it's going to be like, okay, I lost and we're done, or okay, you won and it's over. Like, I think this is going to continue for a minute. I think we're going to get some. I was thinking maybe some shenanigans might happen during the match. Sammy is bound to show up because of the whole Sammy helping Kevin, or maybe not helping Kevin, just whatever he decides. I honestly think maybe we get Randy involved in this situation as well.
Could see McIntyre showing up during
McIntyre showing. I think it's going to be some shenanigans happening in this match, but either way it go, I think it's still gonna be a good match. It's still gonna be an enjoyable match to watch. All that being said, and how much I might be tired of Cody, I know it's going to be a good match to watch, and we're gonna have a good time watching it. And it's gonna be even better for y'all because y'all gonna sit there and see it live, and then you can go back home and watch it again and see all the stuff you missed and be like, "Whoa, that's crazy." It's just gonna be a good card. I think this is gonna be a really good Royal Rumble. I'm excited for it.
So excited.
I'm so excited for it. This is gonna be pretty good, I think.
Yeah. So why don't you guys let us know down below in the comments? Let us know, who do you think's winning both Royal Rumbles? Do you think Cody's title reign is a little bit stale? Do you think that MCMG versus DIY is going to be the best match of the night? It will be, but that's the real question. Do you think that? Do you think that we should have a women's intercontinental title match on this pay-per-view, or a women's U.S. title match? And why should it be Michin versus Chelsea Green for the women's U.S. title?
I just feel we should have that. We should definitely have that. And let us know any surprise entrants that you think are going to happen in the men's or women's Royal Rumble. Let us know what you think, and we
Tell us
appreciate.
why you think Simon Dean is showing up in the men's
Simon Dean. Wow. Why do we think Hurricane is going to make another appearance? Stand back. I'm just saying.
Do we think Molly Holly will come out of her producer's cave and show up in the Women's Rumble? I certainly hope so.
But that's all we got. Y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. We really, really appreciate it. What, Brook? What?
Trent texted me something. He said, and I quote, Simon Gotch escaping my YouTube feed.
Jeez. All right.
No, because we both keep on getting that video of Simon Gotch crap talking Enzo Amore.
We're going to wrap it up and let Brook just have their moment. Subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. All the links will be in the description below. You can follow us on our audio podcast links. That's also down below. Our Patreon. And you can follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And you can follow us. It's down there. You see it. All of ours.
And subscribe to that Patreon if you want to find out what was so funny to Brooke.
It's a lot of stuff happening that's about to happen in Patreon. So subscribe to the Patreon. You definitely. And of course, get your cup merch. Get your cup merch. Period. LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. Get it. And we're gonna get out of here. So cheers, y'all.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.